Hello? 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 Alright. Hello. My name is Modus One. And I gave you guys a Eyes trailer, as you might have saw, but the thing is, I'm having trouble trying to download it. So I figured, why not? I haven't made a video for a long time, and what better way to get ready for a scary game than to read some scary stories? The best way is Creepypasta. Now, what I'm planning to do is to read a whole bunch of Creepypasta for this week, and at the end on Friday, come up with one of my own and tell you guys. Now, I'm going to be reading this one called Hangman Hill. This one was about, this one is about being in South Carolina, which is kind of cool because that's where I live. But, whatever, let's get into it. Hangman Hill. Gaston, South Carolina, is a lonely little place. Sitting just south of Columbia along 321 is just a small crumb off the misshapen piece of pie on the United States plate that we call South Carolina. Its population was almost never gone over 2,000, and it is only 3.4 square miles across in all directions. It feels even lonelier when you come in from a place like Roanoke, Virginia. After Mom lost her job, we moved to the only place where the rest of our family resided, good old South Kakalaki. I had been moping on the trip the whole time we came down here. The way I saw it, the only friends I was going to be making here were fire ants and the inferno of the sun. Once we got settled in at 304 Santa Drive, I always remember the address because the number and it was carved into the driveway and it spelled ho if you looked at it upside down. I immediately set out into the neighborhood in search of friends. I didn't know how to ride a bike at the time, and I barely knew how to ride a skateboard. So I procured down a long stretch of road directly across from the front of the house on my cheap little Walmart board until I came to a small cul-de-sac that seemed to go uphill. Sitting outside on his front porch was a chubby kid with glasses that looked about 10 or 11, about my age at the time. I really had no one else to talk to, so I asked what his name was, and he told me that it was Terry. He liked being outside a lot, and I didn't, but it both seemed to like video games. With that, we would get along just fine. There was one thing that he hadn't told me over the next few weeks, and that we spent riding around the neighborhood. He was into scary movies. I was a massive chicken when it came to anything that seemed intent on forcing you to change your underwear every 5 minutes. So I didn't really like this aspect of him. Even worse, he had tons of horror movie action figures and loads of VHS tapes of all the creepy movies you could think of stacked in his room. Every time I came to visit, he was almost certain to scare the living Jesus out of me with one of those creepy Freddy Krueger dolls or force me to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre with him in the dark. That's it already. His room wasn't really that nice looking to begin with. He had a bunk bed. He was the only child and only his grandmother lived with him, which he slept on the bottom, and all his slasher flicks and action figures slept on top. There were loads of holes in the wall, and everything had a generally creepy feel to it. I made those horrifying moments of watching pure terror in the dark all the more icky. One day he realized that I pretty much had hated any kind of horror movie he threw at me. He began telling me urban legends. Some of them were about the town as a whole, but more than not, they were about our particular neighborhood. I didn't really believe in any of them. That is, until he told me about Hangman Hill. It was about a year after we had met each other and we were riding around the neighborhood. By this time, Terry had told me to man up, and he had eventually taught me how to ride a bike. He stopped when we were riding in front of a house that has been entitled the Crack Shack. Due to its residents being stoned out of their minds on a regular basis, he seemed to be peering out at a small pathway behind the place that went up the farther you went back. He was usually the leader when it came to showing me new places in the neighborhood, so I didn't question anything when he beckoned for me to follow him up the trail. It was a pretty steep climb to the side of the hill with plenty of sand and rocks to send anyone not being careful straight back down. It felt as though the trees were closing tighter and tighter on us until we reached a large opening at the top. Besides the empty soda bottles and used condoms, the only man-made thing near that I could see were long telephone poles running across a series of sandy, dry hills. If not for the two strips of heavy forest on each side of these hills, it might have gone on forever. The area didn't seem to have any particular importance. I had expected him to bring me to some awful cemetery, but in the dying light of the late afternoon sky, the rolling hills looked beautiful. I thought that he might try some desperate last attempts to scare me, but instead, he just turned to me with the most serious and grim face I had ever seen on it. "We are here, Human Hill," he whispered. Human Hill is another one of your stories? Sort of, said this one's true. I rolled my eyes at the thought. How did he possibly expect me to believe any of his stories? He just kept staring at me with that face, waiting for me to respond. I am experiencing technical difficulties with my computer. I rolled my eyes at the thought. How did he possibly expect me to believe any of his stories? He just kept staring at me with that face, waiting for me to respond. How could this even be Hangman Hill? There's no hanging man, and there's at least 5 dozen hills here. Like that there. Look, he pointed. He pointed his finger toward the nearest hill. Oh. I am having a lot of technical difficulties. My computer is retarded, so... Damn it. Please work, damn it. Oh. He pointed his finger toward the nearest telephone pole, sitting between the two closest hills to us. A small creek no more than 5 feet across ran between the two hills. I went onward into that never-ending forest. There was no hanging man, but the pole itself seemed more ominous than the rest. Roy Terrence, he whispered. Who? It wouldn't be Hangman Hill without a hangman, would it? He bolted down the first hill on that blazing orange bike of his, trying to keep up, but Walmart and sporting goods didn't seem to mix. There was a faulty chain on a cheap gold red bike. The sticks from the strategies had rooted themselves to the ground and were now snagging onto the dangling chain. One mighty tongue of a huge root on the bike, I was head over handlebars all the way down to the bottom. I landed on my knees with a small sploosh sound as my legs hit the water. I couldn't have been more than a few inches deep. I almost called for help from Terry, and I realized that he had stopped at the bottom just before I had tumbled into the creek alongside him. His head was peering upwards, looking straight at the top of the dark and shadowy telephone pole. It'll help, I squeaked. Terry brought his gaze with the pole just long enough to wrench me from the creek and get me to my feet. After that, his stare continued to be fixed on seemingly nothing at the top of the pole for the longest time. What is it, or who is that you're looking for again? He rumbled in frustration. I was going to be pretty pissed if he hadn't taken me down here and I had gone up. I was going to be pretty pissed if he had taken me down here and all I had gotten out of the trip was banged up knee. I hadn't noticed the pain before because the water in the stream was cool. Now it stung like dickens. I hate this video. I downloaded virus not too long ago, and I'm sorry if my reading is a little bit not good. I'm trying to make this a serious experience for you guys. It's not working too. Oh my god! Are you serious? Ah! Oh, thank this. Door? And currently had door attacked! God. Yeah. Okay, that was some of Hangman Hill. If you're interested in it, go on Google, Creepypasta Hangman Hill. Pretty sure you'll be able to find it. I enjoyed it until the part where my computer forget it. Friday I'll try to come up with a creepypasta myself. But until then, you should go on Google and look at some creepypasta. It'll be a lot better than what I have done. Jack the Killer, Cinnamon, all different kinds of stuff are up. But until then, I'll see you Friday. I'll have a great creepypasta from my own. Don't sue me. Hangman Hill wasn't my story. It's not even mine. I have no idea who created it, but just for purposes on suing me, please don't. Sorry if I didn't give any credit to you, but it's not mine. But thanks for watching so much. If you like this video, please leave a like, and until Friday, thumbs up my players.